Boy, Jordan Love looks unflappable. Matt LaFleur looks unbelievable. Obviously, losing Reed for 6 weeks or whatever it is going to be with a broken collarbone, that's incredibly sad. But Josh Jacobs is great. The 2 offensive linemen that were down and out, I didn't notice. And I think I didn't notice because game plan, execution, the guy's blocking downfield there. I mean, Williams blocking 40 yards down the field right there. This team feels for real. Ty, if I was you, I'd be incredibly excited about what I saw last night, and I assume that is the case.
Yeah, without a doubt. I'm trying to kind of temper my excitement a little bit because it is so early, but there's really no reason to. I mean, as of right now, the Packers do feel like the best team in the NFL, and we haven't even got a full dosage of what they're going to be a couple weeks down the road. It kind of has reminded me, Pat, of, you always talk about Bill Polian's philosophy, when the Colts were really running and when they had Peyton. And it's like, hey, we're going to get a big lead. We're going to get out to a couple touchdown lead, and then we're going to let Robert Mathis and Dwight Freeney tee off. And it hasn't exactly been like that, but that is exactly what has happened the last 2 weeks. The Packers have went up, by multiple scores, and then it just gives the opportunity for the defensive line to be super aggressive. We've said it time and time again with Micah. He's made everybody on the field better. And then Jordan Love, like you said, I mean, a lot of people saying, hey, this guy might win the MVP this year. He's looked every bit of that part so far. And we always talk about his running ability, which he doesn't showcase much. But last night, big third down, lowers his shoulder and delivers a huge hit. I think he's starting to get more comfortable. And as of right now, like you said, if you're any Packers fan, would have seen these 2 massive wins coming, especially this one on a short week. It's hard not to be thinking Super Bowl right now.
Yeah, not only thinking Super Bowl, but also thinking, thank you, Jerry Jones.
Without a doubt.
Watching the documentary, and obviously they learned the entire story of the Dallas Cowboys being a business promotion. And they've certainly succeeded. They become the most valuable franchise in all of sports. The thanks, Jerry, already on the fence. Is this a noted fence over there, AJ? What is this? Is there like a...
I don't know if they can zoom out, but yeah, there's all those like tailgate houses directly across the street from Lambeau, Pat, where we were there for the draft. And this is one of those fences that, it's prominent. I'm guessing this gets a lot of eyeballs every single day. Are those teardrops on Jerry's face? Am I seeing that right?
Yeah, it might be because he got my killed somebody. We don't know what the teardrop tattoo is. This is all just from looking at this picture. We're not saying anything other than that, but very creative, and I think they all feel that way. Last night on the Prime post-game show, I don't know what the actual title of it is called, but I will say I appreciate how long they stick around after those games.
Wow.
I don't know how many people are watching. I am one of them. I appreciate what they do in that post-game thing because they actually get real stuff. This is how it began whenever Micah Parsons made his appearance. Then there was a commercial break, so I think this was carried through an entire commercial break. And then bang, we're right back on TV here.
Lay out for a second because this crowd has something to say. I know you guys know what they're saying. They're saying, thank you, Jerry.
I know what you guys are saying. There was also a USA chant, I think, in there at one point, which obviously was glorious. But Micah was doing this one here, too. Micah was doing this one here to them whenever they were saying that. And obviously he was nodding his head in approval. And then whenever you think about it, some of his answers last night, here's what he had to say about Green Bay's setup versus maybe Dallas's setup.
Yeah, obviously, amazing fan base. The second thing is just really how nice it is out here. Even just the stadium, the facilities, I mean, it's top tier. It's the best I've seen.
I love that.
On that note, AJ, Lambeau is beautiful. I mean, Green Bay Packers setup is perfect. Is that always like kind of a thing about the Green Bay Packers? I assume that is a part of the folklore, maybe?
I think so, yeah. It's part of, that's the great thing about not having an owner. If something is outdated, if you need something, like there's some new technology out there that other teams may have, the Packers are probably going to all of a sudden be in construction in the next 3 to 6 months to build that and put that in the facility. But yeah, everything is like pristine. It's what it should be. Lambeau Field, you think of, is such a historic name, a historic, iconic venue that, yeah, I think they do a great job of not only just the upkeep, the people. Like Wisconsin's a special place. The people are special there. And when your team is this good, guess what? Like everyone's feeling pretty damn good about it.
Let's go to one half of the hammer. Dahn! Cowboys. I don't know if we connected on that because of the little bit of a delay.
We nailed it.
It's pretty good. What happened last night with the bets? Who won? Was this a big-time sportsbook night again? Because the majority of people were on the Commanders plus 3.5 like I was?
Yeah, I don't know if I would call it a huge sportsbook night, but they definitely won again. It's closed. 54% of the money was on the Commanders, so they won in that aspect. But the under hit, Pat, and we talked about it yesterday. All the money that was on the under yesterday, like over 90%. And that game was under all the way. So now it moves to 13-4 so far in the season for unders. And all the money that's so far on this weekend looking ahead is also on the unders. So the public is going with the trend. And last night it stayed that way with the under. So the sportsbooks got killed on that one.
Okay, so we like what's going on here. Let's go ahead and continue to win, AJ. Now, I was wrong last night. And I think the reason why I was wrong is because I just assumed Jaden Daniels and Cliff Kingsbury were going to be successful. Is that what we all thought? Have we not got to that point of judging them?
Oh, yeah.
It was not, they looked just
They didn't play
no
bad,
answers.
though, Pat. They didn't really play bad. That's the thing. I watched a lot from the StatCast, like the end zone cam, and it's great because you can see everything kind of develop. It wasn't like there's a whole lot of plays out there that Jaden Daniels left out there he should have made. Whatever. Yeah, they missed 2 kicks, but the Packers, their eyes were on Jaden Daniels at all times. Their pass rush was unbelievable. Like, there wasn't just free runners anywhere. Like, they were everywhere. They're swarming defense. I know Kirk and Al talked about it, but this Packers defense, like, when you get playing and you have all of this confidence and this swagger, and look at all the eyeballs on whoever has the ball, playing with proper leverage, discipline. Okay, we're not scared at all about getting beat deep because guess what? We know that we have an unbelievable pass rush, even if it's only a 4-man rush. It's just it's a thing of beauty right now to watch this Packers defense and watch how hard they're playing. Also with like I said, very disciplined, proper leverage, all of that. Everybody's trying to get to the ball.
You know, the winter is coming uniforms make it easier to see, but just look how much flash of white ends up in the camera, in the frame at the end of every single play. It's like people are running towards the ball. And, you know, in special teams, we don't want people stacked behind each other. We want to net. You know, we want to net this thing. Look at the net that they have for Jaden Daniels. Everybody is kind of like, hey, there's nowhere to go, really. It was a very well-executed game plan from the Green Bay Packers defense with Jeff Hafley, and I like the juice that the boys have. You know, I like, and that goes back to week 1. You know, Micah gets a sack whenever the game was basically won. 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. He's right on the sideline, and it's like I think the D-line coach was over there. I think everybody was like jumping alongside. It was like a juice crew. Like, LaFleur loves this.
Oh, yeah.
Did he do it last night at all?
He didn't have to.
LaFleur loves the juice.
He was true.
He loves the juice. But, like, I think that defense has a lot of juice, too. And I think that's something that you have to coach or expect. Like, hey, we are a juice team.
Yeah, it's the standard, don't you think? And what I love, too, about not only like the schematically, a lot of these clips you'll see the defenders, like these linebackers, can absolutely fly. Clay Walker, Edgerrin Cooper, these guys are awesome, but their eyes are on Jaden. Jaden's not going to tuck it and run without having 3, 4, 5, 6 Packers with their eyeballs on him while the DBs are in coverage. I just think all 3 levels of this Packers defense, like they're playing hand in hand and they're all helping each other out. It's just, it is very fun to watch when the defense, like I said, plays with proper leverage. Like all the old school coaching cliches, like, oh, here we go. Like this corner right here, he jumps back outside just to make sure he can't get around the edge. Like everyone's doing their job and they're doing it at a very, very fast pace and very violently. So that's what great defenses do.
Everyone's on a string too, when one person goes, the other person fills in for them. And it's like, I think Mike McCarthy yesterday, coach, said the A-gap escape that Aaron Rodgers was very good at and that Jaden Daniels was very good at. It felt like the middle of the pocket was clogged, and then the guys on the end, even though they might have been going outside or inside, never seemingly gave up an edge, which no edge, no chance is kind of the conversation, I think, around offensive football, especially if you have a Jaden Daniels guy. So that's one. Are they playing like that all year? Is that a whole season thing, Ty? Like, what is this? This is outrageous. First one, new offense coordinator, so can't judge it. Sure. Maybe they're not as good. Cliff Kingsbury, Jaden Daniels, year 2, Terry McLaurin, all their weapons out there. Debo Samuel being added on top of that. And it's like, now granted, running back position, that Austin Eckler loss, that sucks. Mm-hmm. That absolutely sucks. They're saying Achilles, right? Isn't that what they said about Austin Eckler?
Yeah.
That is a bummer. We like Austin Eckler. He's obviously a fitness freak, a guy who takes care of himself very well, but also an incredible NFL story as a whole. And then the Green Bay Packers stump them again. It's like, how many weeks can we say, well, we don't know about the Green Bay Packers? That's a real question. Like, how many more weeks of just dominance until we just start saying, is this defense one of the greatest I mean, it's unbelievable how they started the season, AJ. That's a real question. Ty, what do you think? Like, when is
Yeah,
there?
how many
Do we
weeks?
know
Ty?
this?
How many weeks until we crown them, right, Pat? Like how many weeks until you say, all
Bingo,
right, these
yeah.
guys are certified. This is one of the best defenses in the NFL.
I mean,
Until we know, I guess, right? That's kind of the question. Like, when do we think we'll know? Because these early games, it's so hard to predict. Because whenever I say might be right there, that's with everything. That's with literally everything. There's a rookie, Jackson Dart might be the greatest NFL player in the history of football. Like, that is a possibility. Signs say not likely, Magic 8 Ball. But for this season at least. But he might have the greatest season of all. We have no idea what's going to take place. At what point, Ty, can we crown these guys? Because I'll tell you, it was fun to watch them play football last night on the defensive side.
Yeah, I mean, with the Packers, it seems like, not till like late in December where it's like, oh, okay, this team might go win a Super Bowl this year, because now that, unfortunately, but it's also a good thing, like that's the expectation every single week, and you're going to start kind of nitpicking a little bit if they don't do exactly that. Obviously, if they can stay healthy, you're hoping that they can replicate this, because, I see a lot of Cowboys people, like, after these first two games saying, like, who is this guy? Like, Micah wasn't playing like this in Dallas, and he was still
relentless.
and
by
he
the
was
way.
still
Like, absolutely relentless every single. How many times did he go up and under and get held last night? Like, if you're the tackle, good luck trying to set on every time.
Chip.
But
every
just how
play.
he's always working. Any D lineman or DN or outside rusher, if you just watch how active, obviously his get off is off the charts, but just how active, and he's just relentless. And his hands are always moving no matter what he's taking away, blocking surfaces. Like, look, how tough would that be to try to block this dude? If you had two of you,
and AJ,
good luck.
AJ, you tell me, brother. Obviously, you can evolve and become like and I'm not saying he wasn't this. I didn't watch enough film, but this is what Jerry was basically saying. But if he becomes like Max Crosby, like energy on the field as well for every single play, and if he has a defense behind him that's like, hey, you can do whatever the hell you need to do, brother. We're everywhere. We are very good in covering up. So if he's getting like green lights too, because they're saying he picked up the defense very quickly. But if I'm Halfley and we have Micah Parsons and he's going to give max effort every single time he's out there like that, and he's a problem, it's like, is there a way that we just let him do whatever the fuck he wants to do and we still cover in behind, AJ? That's a real question.
Absolutely. That's why I like when they didn't play as much match coverage, I feel like, the way you had eyes on Jaden Daniels, so he couldn't tuck it and run. That's when you always hear that, oh, look, they're in man coverage, so their backs are turned, quarterback can take off and gain some yards, especially those like third down scrambles that'll kill you as a defense. Yeah, like why? The good thing with Micah, you can line him up anywhere on the field, but I tell you what, I love putting him on the edge, though. When he is on the edge, he is absolutely wreaking havoc.
But if he can get three-way goes on every play, it's like
you can't block.
And
you can't.
Yeah, exactly. And if it's like, well, the run game might suffer because he ducks down inside. It's like they always had somebody seemingly scraping over the top. I don't know if it would be a D tackle or a linebacker would fill in, but it felt like there was always like somebody, like a safety behind Micah. It felt like there was always somebody, because he goes inside there, no edge, no chance, still make the play though. Like that's what I was so impressed with, because it's like, are they just letting him kind of just wreck the game, bro? We're paying you $47 million a year. Just go. Like that would be very cool.
That play we just showed right there, they're trying to chip him. Micah sees it, goes inside, and there's still the tackle and the guard are trying to get him. Doesn't matter. Micah's going to split them as well. So you had three guys in the Commanders kind of accounting for Micah, and he still gets a hit on the quarterback.
Yeah, and if he has that mindset all year, it's like, let's have the greatest season of all time, Micah, which is possible, which is absolutely possible, especially with what this Green Bay Packers team looks like they're going to be able to accomplish.